As someone who got married at the age of 22, I had my first child at the age of 24. And it hit me that I didn't want my husband to be solely responsible for our baby and myself. And thank God I had my first degree and a skill in fashion designing before I got married. And so I went on to start my fashion business. Now, God blessed me with a lot of workers and clients, and which I am so grateful for. And I was working, like I wake up literally 4 a.m. every day, prep my kids for school because now I have three kids, prep them for school, go to work, come back in the evenings and do the hashes and everything. But I was making money. That's the point. I was making money, but I couldn't really say what I was doing with this money. So I went on to like understudy not just how to make money, but how to manage this money that I was making. And in the course of that, guess what? I learned that my money can equally work for me through passive incomes, through investment. And so this even propelled me into pursuing my master's in business administration. And so I'm going to be sharing with you in this video how to make your money work for you, even as a beginner, even with as low as 5,000 Naira, you can start this investment. Hey loves, you're welcome to the channel. How you all doing? I am Philomena, your personal finance bestie, helping you to build wealth one smart money move at a time. And in today's video, I want to share with you the different ways that you can start your investment journey, even as a beginner. Yes, you heard me right. So if this is the kind of thing that you love, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. It is absolutely free to do that. Turn your notifications on so that when amazing contents like this drop, you will be the first to be notified. Also like this video and share this video with someone you know is keen on taking their finances to the next level. The thing is, when a lot of people hear investment, what comes to mind is, I beg, investing is for big men. No, that's the thing that we get wrong as individuals, because when you are making maybe as low as 100,000 Naira, 50,000 Naira every month, and somebody is telling you about investment, you would think that the person is joking, because how much are you even making for you to start thinking about investment? But the truth is, investment is not for the rich. Investment is for the intentional. And so if you want to take your finances to the next level, that even with that 50,000 Naira that you're making monthly, you still want to send it on an errand to work for you, to earn you something, no matter how small. Now imagine if you are putting aside 5,000 Naira every month for investment. I mean, you're just leaving it there. It is not your business. You don't do anything with it. You're allowing it to compound. Do you know that in the next 10 years, you're going to be over 1.9 million Naira richer? 5,000 Naira that you use for shawarma and ice cream, that is not even enough. 5,000 Naira that you use for data that will not even last up to a month, and it will be exhausted. You can actually invest it. Now let's do this math together. Now when you impute 5,000 Naira on this calculator and you are topping it up with 5,000 Naira monthly, if we are going with a 20% annual returns, you put it out for 10 years, this is what you're going to have: 1,952,428 Naira. If we are going with a 20% annual returns, you can actually get your 1,952,428 Naira. Now, isn't this amazing? Here is where it gets interesting. If you take the span to 30 years, you are going to have 122,543,755 Naira if we are still working with 20% per annum. And you know that when it comes to interest, it fluctuates, right? We're just working with an average of 20% per annum. You can be this rich. I mean, this can be like a retirement plan. Let's be honest with ourselves. How many Nigerians are retiring with over 100 million Naira? How many do you know? Or even 50 million Naira? But you see, if you are intentional with living even just as little as 5,000 Naira monthly, and you are allowing it to compound, you will be how much richer? Over 100 million Naira richer in the next 30 years. And trust me, this 5,000 Naira that we're talking about is something that you spend on things that you can actually do without. Just imagine if you are putting this away for the next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, you are going to be smiling when you are retiring, because of the work of compound interest. So what I'm saying is, Investment is very important. It's just like a farmer. When you plant a seed, you give it time to blossom and grow, and then you can start harvesting from it. That is how you should see investment. It is not a get rich quick scheme. When you give it time to compound, you are actually going to be amazed at what you are going to be getting. Now, as a beginner, you can start with high yielding savings. Yes, because you don't just go into investment with your both legs. You test the waters, right? So you may want to start with high yielding savings, and we have platforms like Cowrywise and Piggyvest. These platforms are actually licensed by Central Bank of Nigeria, and they are insured, so you don't actually have to fear what is going to happen to your money. These platforms will actually give you a percentage return on your money instead of just leaving your money in your regular bank account and then they constantly are deducting from it. You can actually start your investment journey as a savings journey, right? So you put it in high yielding savings and you're getting an increment on it. You can actually start with that, and then you can invest also into treasury bills. Treasury bills are short-term loans that you give to the government and then give you back with interest. So it is actually you loaning money to the government. You know this clip that circulated a while back when President Tinubu was saying that if he needs money, he will call on Okoya.
Yes, I have my ambition. And when I need money, if I'm broke, I go to Okoya. They'll give me.
Yes, you are now an Okoya in this situation. You are giving money to President Tinubu to do the work of the nation. When it comes to treasury bills, like I said, they are short term. So the maximum is for a year. So we have 3 months, we have 6 months, and then we have the one for 1 year. And then there is also FGM bonds. So this time around, you are loaning money to the government as well, the federal government of Nigeria. But this time around, it's quite longer than the treasury bills. So we have the one of 2 to 3 years. So whichever one you choose. But the thing is, the longer the time, the higher the interest. And it's equally very low risk because, of course, you are dealing with the government. So you really have nothing to fear. Even if President Tinubu is no longer on seat, another president is going to continue from there. There is little or no fear when it comes to giving your money to the government. That is why it is called the low risk investment. So if you are starting out as a beginner and you're having palpitations, you don't know, should I not, should I invest, should I not, you can actually start with the treasury bills and the government bonds because it is low risk. You're sure of getting your capital back. Nothing is ever going to happen to your capital. So you can actually start from here, right? Now, CBN issues treasury bills twice in a month, sometimes 3 times, like we had in April. It came out on the 2nd, on the 16th, and on the 30th. But in May, it came out twice, on the 14th and on the 28th. So you can actually use platforms like AfriVest 2.0 to start your investment journey. Or you're saying, okay, I don't want to use any platform. Where can I go physically to do this thing myself? There are actually banks where you can actually do this. There are investment banks. You can actually go to Stanbic IBTC, Unity Bank, Globus Bank. I think they do it as well. Even First Bank and Access Bank. So you can actually go into these banks and make your inquiries and start your investment journey. So let's go to my favorite one, which is mutual funds. Now, mutual fund is like you as a beginner, you don't really know where to invest your money into, and you need an expert to help you do that. So what you do is that you give this money to a professional to help you invest it. This person is called the mutual fund manager, right? The fund manager. So this fund manager helps you to put this money, like together with other people's money. They pull this money together, right, and put it in investments, credible investments that they know are going to bring returns, and then this profit is shared amongst everyone that puts their money into it. So the fund manager does the heavy lifting for you, so you don't have to think, oh, which investment am I going to put my money? These people are professionals when it comes to investing, so they know where to put your money that will bring the interest, right? So all you do is to just bring in this money. So with as low as 5,000 naira, 10,000 naira, you can start and watch it grow, and then you can equally withdraw at any point in time depending on the kind of investment they do, right? You can withdraw at any point in time, but you just sit back and you're watching your money do the work for you. Of course, you know, when it comes to investments, the higher you invest, the more you get. But what I want you to know is that when you are starting, don't think about the amount yet. What you want to be concentrating on is the habit that you are building, because that is one thing that people miss out on. They are so invested on how much am I going to be making back without thinking of the habits that they are building, the knowledge that they are gaining in the process. business, because now that you're going to be starting your investment journey, you are learning at it, right? You are learning on the journey, so you now get to know the different type of investments that you can put your money into, so that when the bigger money comes, you actually know where to spread your investment, right? But if you don't even start, how are you going to know? So don't wait until you have the millions. Start from where you are and watch your money compound in ways that you cannot even imagine. Imagine you owning a part of MTN. Imagine you owning a part of Zenith Bank. Imagine you owning a part of Nestle, of Coca-Cola. Now, this is what we're talking about when we talk about stocks, right? Stocks just means you owning a part of a company, whether they are Nigerian companies or even foreign companies. So we are talking about Amazon, Facebook, Tesla. You can actually own a part of this company by becoming a shareholder. And you can start with as low as 1,000 Naira. Now just download Afri Invest 2.0 right now and go there. You will see stocks are being sold for 200 Naira, and you are buying Coke every day, you are buying shawarma, you are buying ice cream. That money can actually go into you owning a part of a company. You see, at the end of the day, when these companies make profit, you get to have a share of it because you are a shareholder. So you don't have any excuse why you are not making money, why you are not allowing your money work for you. Start from this week. Don't procrastinate, because that is one of the things that happens to us. When you hear things like this, you are fired up. Procrastination is one of the things that stop many of us from actually making this commitment. So instead of saying, okay, I'm going to do it tomorrow, or I'm going to do it next week, I'm going to be leaving the links, some of the links, okay, to these platforms down in the description. All you need to do is to go to the different platforms that I'm going to be leaving down in the description, download these apps and see the ones that you know you want to start your investment journey with. Don't shy away from it. Don't procrastinate, because you are leaving money on the table. Have you heard about commercial papers? Just like with treasury bills, you are loaning money to the government, but this time around, you're not loaning money to the government, but to known companies, to big companies. So what they do is they may be in need of money for some project or even to pay salaries, and they don't want to go to the bank for this loan, right? So what they do is to take it to the public, you and I, and they return it with interest. What you need to know about commercial paper is that it's equally for a short period of time, usually between 1 month to 9 months. Just like treasury bills is within a year, yes, commercial paper is equally within a year. So you loan money to these big companies, right? They use it to sort out their business needs, and in turn they give you your money back with interest. But what I want you to know with commercial papers is it is a high risk investment. So if the company is losing money, it's definitely going to affect your money. The interest is usually way better than what the government will usually give, but what you need to know is that it is a high risk investment. So if the company is losing money, best believe it is going to affect your money as well. So before you chest it, you need to do your research. So if you're someone who has the grit for that, you can actually do your research before investing your money. So let me know the one you're going to be starting with down in the comment section. Thank you so much for your time here. If you found value in this video, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to this channel for more empowering content like this. Share this video to somebody that you know is going to be uplifting. So thank you so much, and check out this video where I talked about 7 side hustles that you can start from the comfort of your home.